Start all that over. That is all trash. Welcome to Bullman Built RC. I am Matt, your favorite YouTuber's least favorite YouTuber. And this is part 2 of my Rocktober haul. So here we go. Getting into some of my larger acquisitions, basically. I got this 10-2 Toyota. I'm not sure if this is a bruiser or cab. I believe this is a Mojave. Someone has done some truggy work to it. It's on a 10-2 chassis, 10-2 axles, has bent front links. What I believe are true deluxes, judging by some of the stuff that I have here that are before they started etching all of them. It has carbon fiber shock towers, and it has a really nice little stinger up here. It does have an interior with a driver, and there's a few little things in there. And if you pop the body off, it does have metal sliders that are also body mounts, a Hobbywing Fusion 2-in-1. I believe this is a Servo AF servo, an Amazon forward motor mount, and then also what I'm assuming is a TGH knockoff Amazon transfer case. I'll have to check that out and everything and see if I can figure out the difference. I ended up trading my black Pajero that was the white Pajero that I got at Beat the Creek for this and some money. I had a lot of people talking about, you know, oh, I'd love to do that. Let's see if we can figure something out, etc. And I usually don't trade. Got him. I touched him. The guy that I got it from had some money but didn't have all the money, and then had this and was trying to sell things and everything, and then just finally came to me, and I ended up just swapping it because I'm assuming it'll be easier to sell this with a pocket full of cash than it will to sell what I wanted for the Pajero and get all that moving and everything. So it was a lot dirtier. I had Logan clean it up for me. He offered to, you know, spit shine this and everything, so I went to Kroger and bought a nice vibrating toothbrush, kind of like the one that your mom uses, but not on her teeth. And so he cleaned it all up for me on the outside, got the wheels all done. Along with all the other things, it does have the 8-hole Amazon knockoff, like bullet hole Mickey Thompson style with the 5-star rings, and some Mickey Thompson Baja Pro X's with some sort of 3D printed foam. It is a cool little truck. I just don't need it, and I was actually trying to get rid of more trucks because as I keep collecting nice things, building shelf queens, and then building tube chassis trucks, I need to start pushing some things out into the world and let other people actually enjoy them instead of them just sitting on my shelf. So, with that being said, one of the ways to buy some of the things that I have for sale is to become a channel member. You hit the little join button, or sometimes you got to get on a computer or open Safari or whatever the hell, because it doesn't let you on phones or whatever, but you get to see videos a day early. You get to see things that are for sale first. You get to see behind the scenes photos, all that other stuff. Once I've posted there, it all goes to my Facebook group. If you're not in it, then go check out the Bullman Built RC group. It's just a bunch of people that build stuff, and we kind of try to help each other, and it's actually a really cool community, and I'm pretty proud of what everybody's kind of doing and helping each other and all that stuff. So this will be in there probably by the time you see it, if I still have it. It is for sale. I did not get it to keep, so this can meander on down the road, and like I said, it will be channel members first, then to my group, and then if you want to, you can check out my actual Facebook page for the channel, Bullman Built RC, and Instagram as well. Check them out. Anywho, next for the weekend, it was For the weekend, my canopy was actually next to Murney's RC lanyards, owned by a lady named Mary. She had this green one sitting out, and I liked it. I did not know she was making them custom at the event, so then I had her make this one. As a child of the 90s, born in the 80s, I really liked all these wild colors. So this is blue and pink, like cotton candy looking, with the teal around it. I really like this one. I may end up giving this one to my son, just because I would rather have an orange one to match my orange rugged. So I may just order one of those in orange, but I got those. Super cool. I like how they have this like extra padding here for the back of your neck, and I did make sure to try them on, and she kind of sized this one up to me. A couple other ones that I've tried, you're walking, and if I don't have the radio in my hand, it'll swing and hit me right in the junk, and that makes for a very bad day of trailing. So I really like these, highly suggest them. I will put this little card up here on the screen and everything, and we'll go from there. And I like it. Thank you very much. Next, from Garage Guy RC, I got these books. Once again, someone saw some stuff and thought about me. He gave me some T-Max and E-Max owner's manuals. Just a little cool thing that you know, he thought about me, and I thought that was super cool. My dad used to have one of the original T-Maxes, so that book is actually pretty cool to me. And then he also had this Injora, I believe. I had picked it up, and the price kept coming down, and I was like, I really don't want it because it has the body post holes already in it. He and I discussed some things. He said, hey, you still got shirts and stuff over there. And I was like, does I bear shit in the woods? Of course I have merch, right? And so he came over and he was like, I'll just trade you this body for, I don't even remember, like a sticker sheet or something crazy. And I gave him some stuff and I got that. I have no plan for it, but I have it now. So I will figure something out. Stupid fly. Get off me. I'll figure something out at some point in time. So that's that. Next, from my friend Glenn. He was right to the left of us, and he had this box. I'm not sure what this box came from or where it came from or whatever, but it's a cool little locking box. I can carry stuff in it. So he gave me that, and he also had these RC 4-wheel drive scale tools, which I bent one of mine, and so I told him I hit him a little bit lower than retail and got those. And then he found this. Come on back here, bitch. Come on. I'm gonna get you. Cowboy, ninja, kid, karate, whatever. You catch him between a pair of chopsticks or something. Anyway. Alright. So he put all these in my hand and was like, do you know what those are? Ooh, that was close. But, bitch, you're really pissing me off. Also from my friend Glenn, I got all of these. If you don't know what these are Delrin pieces. This is links from a long time ago. So these are just Delrin links. They screw in the ends here and the ends there. You put your rod ends in, and then you have like these huge Delrin links. Once again, a lot of people wouldn't even know what these are and then why you would use them, etc., etc. This is just old school stuff, so I may throw this on maybe my TLT or maybe my Scorpion that I have up there. I'm not 100% sure. I'll probably throw it on one of my vintage crawlers because these are just super freaking cool. So, just all sorts of different shapes. There's Z's and L's and little wiggles and bigger wiggles and even bigger little wiggly pieces. Super cool. And then it also has some tie rods. So I got an aluminum and then 2 Delrin tie rods as well. Just super cool if you know what you're looking at, and super cool. I appreciate it, Glenn. Next! Over the course of the weekend, I spent some time going over to Kirby, and if you don't know Kirby, he and his wife Amberly own K&K Hardware. They're both wonderful people. They have been so good to me for the last couple years that I've gotten to know them and become friends with them. I enjoy both of them a lot, and I went over there just randomly because he gets trade-ins all the time. He sells stuff, he swaps for stuff, etc. So you just have to keep going back to his booth because you never know what's going to be there in an hour versus right now versus tomorrow and whatever. So in one of the boxes I found this guy. This is a Tio, however you want to say that, Edge go-kart. From what I can tell, this has been converted over to hobby grade electronics. It has a little battery up here. The guy is all movable and stuff, so I figure worst case scenario I can take this guy and put him in another SCX6 or something that I build eventually, or if I do that, whatever. Someone has glued some sort of tire rubber tread on the back, and then looks like they burned it directly off on this one side especially. So I'm gonna try to put this together eventually and see what's going on. I thought this would be kind of cool to like maybe just show off on my 6 scale, or maybe build like a little tiny trailer for it or something, but I thought this was pretty neat. And like I said, for 20 bucks I've spent $20 on dumber things, so I got that. While I was over there, I also found these fenders on a chassis. I have a Pro that I had custom painted by Fish and Bill. Put that video out like a month and a half ago or so, and unfortunately someone painted the inner fenders of that truck red because the main body was red. So now I have a blue, silver, and pink truck that has bright red inner fenders. Kind of looks really weird. So I went ahead and got these off of a chassis. It's like the 3rd time I've pulled parts off this chassis, so I probably should have just bought the whole damn thing to begin with, but I didn't. The first time I pulled the axles and the transmission out, and I believe the second time I pulled some of the electronics out and some other stuff, and maybe like the links or something. I'm not 100% sure. And then this time I bought the fenders. So here soon I'm getting some more parts for the Pro, and I will make a video about installing these and installing some of the other stuff that I bought for it, and kind of making it a little, you know, a little nicer for a shelf queen. So those are something that I got within hours of being there. Basically, I also found these are Visions. They are anodized orange with the fancy black rings and everything. If you don't know, Vision is a wheel company owned by a couple named Bob and Krista. They have both been also super nice to me, and they both have been very supportive, and I've tried to support them. I'm kind of slowly switching everything over to Visions. I do like the way they look. They're not all licensed, but as Bob gets better and better at designing wheels, they are getting more and more realistic looking, and I'm super happy with them. I don't have a set of orange anodized or anodized really at all Visions, and when I saw these and then Kirby shot me the price for them, I had to snag them up. I don't think they've ever been mounted. I don't think they've ever had tires mounted on them, so that was pretty freaking cool. So I got those. And then clearly the elephant in the room, like your mother, whenever she comes into a room, I asked Kirby the price on this thing and was really confused at first because I thought it was just a run-of-the-mill TF2. Come to find out, this is actually the limited edition, and it has all sorts of cool stuff. Namely, it has the RC 4-wheel drive aluminum V8. It has a Holly upgrade show dress-up kit thing. It has the R4. It does, unfortunately, have the standard hammer transfer case. I would have assumed that something this nice would have also had the upgraded transfer case, but that's fine. It does have the servo mount that's moved, and one cool thing is the dual shock towers it has. They are becoming really hard to find, and when you do find them, they are decently expensive. And I've bought 2 sets so far by themselves, and they were not cheap. Let's just put it that way. So I got this thing. I don't like the color. I'm going to get rid of the whole main body, and I'm going to use all of the parts on a main shell that I got. Bitch. So the plan for this is to take the body off. I'm not going to use this main body. I have bought a RC 4-wheel drive main body set for it, and I'm going to paint it in factory colors because if you've been watching for any length of time, you know that that's just my jam. So this blue body will go on a shelf somewhere. I'll sell it, whatever the hell. I'm not real sure yet. And I have another body that'll go on this. I'm going to probably end up putting some lift springs on it, and I do have a set of Ingans that don't have a home. So along with my 90s show truck K10, I will probably end up building this into a pretty truck. It's not really on the front burner or anything. I don't really have any desire to rapidly pound this out or anything, but I will probably put the springs on, do some shock swapping, etc., etc., get these wheels off, put the Ingans on, and then it will just probably sit up on the shelf and just kind of look decent as what it is now. And then I'll get to it maybe next spring or so. I have 2 really big projects that are coming this fall, and then hopefully this winter. I'm kind of waiting on some manufacturing stuff, and then the second project will hopefully be here right around Christmas, and I can get rolling on that and have it by BTC. And I am super freaking pumped about that truck. It's going to be awesome, and I can't wait. And I can't wait for you guys to see it once we get it and I'm figuring out what I'm doing with it. So that is that, and I got one more. Lastly, I got this. If you don't know, this is a Tama TXT, and it has a HPI Jeep Rubicon body on it. This truck, not this one in general, but a truck like this, was my very first RC crawler back in like 2005. I had a TXT that had what's called a tummy tuck, so they chop off the frame about halfway up, and then you make an aluminum skid and you mount the transmission sideways and lower COG and everything. Get rid of the cantilevers and all sorts of cool stuff that we did. But this one, on the other hand, is completely stock. I think it's missing the front bumper, which is kind of odd. But other than that, it doesn't even look like it's been run. And if it has, it was on like carpet or something. It's got a few little scuffs on the bottom where maybe it didn't have tires on it for a while and someone was moving it around. So if you take the body off, you can see this does have cantilevers. This was basically, I would say, released as like the Clodbuster's replacement. It was a super cool truck at the time, and I wanted one in general, and then I got into crawling and then found the one that I found, and that just, I put a tube chassis on it and all sorts of crazy stuff, and then I sold it. But This is just another piece of nostalgia as far as I'm concerned. I'll probably put it up on a shelf. I may get it running with some like vintage electronics, like maybe I can find a Super Rooster or something, and just have it to where it moves and drives. The only thing that this does have done to it, which is also kind of odd, is it has the Proline welds and the Big Joe tires. Very odd upgrade for this as far as I'm concerned, but super cool that I have them. These are my favorite welds in 1:1 and 10 scale this way, and I've got a set of welds like this that are on a truck that I have, so I'm not 100% sure, but I think they're super freaking sick, and I like it a lot. I don't know if I'm going to swap the wheels and tires or not. I may just leave these on there, or maybe if I find a set of stock TXTs, then I can put it on. Not sure what I'm going to do with the body. This Jeep is not doing it for me. It's got a bunch of holes. It has the hole taken out for the T-Max, or Savage is what it was actually made for. So I'm probably going to get rid of that. But this is my new truck, and I am super, super freaking happy with it. Like I said, it just is damn near brand new but dusty, and I could not be happier. It's so cool. That wraps up my Rocktober. If you haven't, like I said, please go join my group and check me out on Facebook and Instagram, Bullman Built RC, across the board. I appreciate you watching, and for you guys that want to see me throw some stuff, there you go. See you later. Love you, bye.